So first I'm starting off with the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. I'm using a buffing brush from Real Techniques and buffing this all over the lid. And then I'm going to blend it out with my fingers as well. And then I'm taking the Tarte Tartlette in Bloom palette, and I know I use this palette in like every single video that I post on YouTube, but that just goes to show how much I absolutely love it and how many different looks I can create with just one palette. So I'm taking those two like cream colored shades and blending those all over the lid just to set that paint pot so that there's no creasing. And then I'm taking Smarty Pants, I believe, with this Morphe gunmetal brush and blending that into the, wow, I cannot talk. Blending that into the crease as my transitioning shade. Now with a smaller, fluffy blending brush, I'm going to take the shade Rebel and blend that into the crease as well. This smaller brush is just going to help to concentrate the color a little bit lower into the crease. Then going into the Milani Everyday Eyes palette in Earthy Elements, I'm going to take that orange color on the same brush and pretty much do the exact same thing. I just really wanted to make this look super warm and earthy and almost like pumpkin spicy, you know, for the fall, because I'm getting into that vibe. So I added that into the crease and then blended it out. And then with my KIKO 211 brush, which is a very, very tiny, precise brush, I'm taking the darker shade in the palette, Leader, I believe, and concentrating this right into the crease, and this is where we're going to start to see that cut crease forming. So now to get that really, really gorgeous like ombre gradient look, I'm going to make sure to go back in with the brush. I didn't add any extra product, but I just blended the darker cut crease color up into the transition shade. And I'm just showing you here again how I created that nice sharp line. Now I'm taking NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk and this flat definer brush from Morphe, and I'm going to bring this onto the entire lid. You want to go very slow with this part because this is what's going to create that super defined cut crease. This is where you're going to carve out that very sharp line. So notice how I'm kind of laying the brush where I want it and then just dragging it down. Now I'm going in with KIKO Water Eyeshadow in the shade 200, and I did mix a little bit of the Inglot Duraline with the shadow to make it kind of creamy. I didn't love how that was working out, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I just took that on a flat eyeshadow brush and put it right on top of the jumbo pencil. And I decided that I wanted to up the shimmer a little bit, so I took Funny Girl from the Tartlette palette and packed it right on top of the water eyeshadow. And you can always go back in with that small, precise brush to clean up any lines. And then I just took a makeup wipe just to get rid of any fallout. Now I'm going in with the KIKO Precision Eyeliner. This is my favorite liquid eyeliner. And this is going to be a very in-depth tutorial on how I get my wing. So definitely pay attention. I didn't cut anything out so you guys can actually see how I do create my winged eyeliner. I like to start with a thin line on the lash line, then drag out my wing to where I want it, and then I connect the two lines and fill it in. Now the key with a cut crease is to make sure that your winged eyeliner does not touch your crease color. So that's where you get that super defined line with the little gap in between. And I'm just cleaning up the wing liner with whatever is left on my definer brush from when we put the jumbo pencil on the lid. Now we're going to start the face. So I'm taking KIKO's Skin Tone Corrector Primer in green and just blending that all over my face with my fingers. And then I'm going to be using Tarte's Hybrid Gel Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation in light neutral. I bought this foundation a while ago, but I ended up getting super tan in the summer, so I wasn't able to wear it. So I was really excited that, well, I was kind of upset that I lost my tan, but excited that I get to use this foundation finally. So I just put a little bit of that Nude Rescue Oil right onto my brush from Morphe. That's just going to help to blend out the foundation a little bit better. It is very thick, and I wanted it to be a little bit more dewy and a little bit more sheared out, so that's why I put that oil on the brush. I'm just blending this all over. And then I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Conceal to contour. Now, don't kill me or don't be mad at me, but I did put a lot of this. I don't know what I was thinking. So when I go to start blending it out, it's going to look a little funky. I would recommend using a little bit less product and then building it up if you need to. Here's the part where it looks a little funky. Don't worry, I'm going to blend it out. It'll look normal later, but just a little pet peeve of mine, I guess. Now to conceal and highlight, I'm going to be using the NYX HD Concealer, and I'm going to place this under the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, on the cupid's bow, the chin, the sides of the lips, and the forehead. And I just sprayed a little bit of Fix Plus onto my beauty sponge to blend all of the concealer out. This will also help to clean up that contour, since it did end up being quite messy because of all of the product. So this helps to do that as well. And now I'm going to go in with my RCMA No Color Powder on that same sponge. And I'm going to do a little bit of baking in the areas that I just highlighted. The baking is going to mattify any overly dewy areas and also help to make the makeup last all day. While I let that set, I did my brows. That's a whole nother tutorial, so kind of just skipped over it. I'm going to take a stippling brush from Morphe and dust away all of that RCMA No Color Powder. And then with my Morphe E5 brush, I'm going to take my Tarte Amazonian Clay Bronzer in Parka Princess, one of my favorite bronzers, and I'm going to bronze all of the areas that I contoured earlier. Now I'm taking this blush from the brand Mellow, and it's in the color Bronze. I did receive it in one of my monthly subscription boxes. I'm using my Morphe E4 brush to blend this onto the cheekbones. I'm really excited about my highlight today. I'm using this new palette I just got from BH Cosmetics. It's the BH Cosmetics and CARLI BYBEL collab, and I'm using that second color in for my highlight, and it is stunning. I'm absolutely obsessed with it, and for such an affordable price, it's definitely worth it. I believe it was only $14.99. Now we're going to go back to the eyes. I'm taking the ColourPop Cream Gel Color in Call Me on an angled brush, and I'm just going to run this run this along my waterline. And now, using the same brushes and the same colors as I did in the crease, I'm going to blend out that lower lash line. So I'm just using the small brush to blend in the leader color, and then I'm going in with Smarty Pants on a little bit of a fluffier brush to blend it out. And of course, you have to have your false lashes. I love the Kiss Natural lashes. They're super natural, but they just add that little bit of pop to the eyes. On the lips, I am taking this gorgeous NYX Liquid Suede lipstick in the color Vintage and putting this all over my lips. I did overline a little bit, but this color is just amazing for fall. I know I'm going to be wearing it all season. And to set the entire face, I'm going to spray with my MAC Fix Plus. And this is the final look. I really hope you guys liked it. If you want to see a little bonus tutorial, keep watching. There will be a tutorial on how I create faux freckles at the end of this video. So for my faux freckles, I first start off with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Chocolate, and this is what I use on my brows, so it's a good match. And I just take a little eyeliner brush, anything that's really, really small and precise, and create little dots around my nose and cheek area. I like to go in with a stippling brush with just any leftover powder on that, just to blend out any harsh freckles. And then I like to go in with a different shade as well to create some dimension, make it look a little bit more realistic.